Welcome to this lecture, students. In previous lecture, we have started the point, that is packaging of DNA in prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Out of that, in previous lecture, we have completed DNA packaging in prokaryotic cell, and we have started the point, that is DNA packaging in the eukaryotic cell. Out of that, we have seen in previous lecture that the in eukaryotic cell particularly, the DNA, it is packaged in the form of nucleosomes. Okay, so just we have to revise these points first, and then we have to see the next point. As we have seen in the previous lecture, the DNA, it is showing bounding with the histone proteins. Okay, and these histone proteins are nothing but the lysine and arginine residues, and here these amino acids and these histone proteins which are positively charged, and the DNA is particularly negatively charged, and there is a bonding between that DNA and these histone proteins, and these histones are showing organization of 8 molecules which is known as the histone octamer. Okay, and the structure formed, it is known as the nucleosome. That point we have completed in previous lecture. The nucleosome, it is made up of 2 molecules of each 4 types of histone proteins, that is H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. And all these 8 histone proteins and the DNA, they are bound with the help of this H1 protein to form a structure that is known as the nucleosome. This point we have completed in previous lecture. You can see here, these are the octamer proteins, histone proteins, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. And along with this, surrounding to this octamer DNA double helix, we can see, and this DNA and this octamer, it is joined with the help of this H1 histone protein. Okay, and later on we have seen the point that the nucleosome is containing about 200 base pair long DNA double helix which is wounding around it. Okay, and these nucleosomes are the repeating units of the chromatin, and it is showing structure like beads on string. That also point we have completed in previous lecture. You can see here the nucleosome structure. Number of nucleosomes are joined together with the help of this linker DNA, and the DNA which is present in the nucleosome, it is known as the core DNA, and all these nucleosomes are joined together with the help of this linker DNA, and we can observe under the electron microscope the structure like this. You can see here the second picture here. This is the photograph which is taken under the electron microscope. The structure of nucleosome, the beaded structure or beads on string, you can observe here. The number of dots you can see here, and these dots are nothing but the nucleosome structure. Up to this point we have seen in previous lecture. Now another point related to this DNA packaging we have to see first here. So this DNA double helix, which is about 200 base pair length, and this 200 base pair length, it is wrapping around the histone octamer by 1/3 turn. Okay, and here 6 such molecules are get coiled and then form a solenoid that looks like coiled telephone wire. म्हणजे एका न्यूक्लियोसोम मध्ये आपल्याला माहित आहे की 200 बेस पेअर्स असणारा डबल हेलिक्स जो आहे तो त्या हिस्टोन ऑक्टॅमरला काय झालेला असतो, रॅप झालेला असतो. 1/3 पार्ट असं त्याला म्हणलेलं आहे, आणि असे 6 न्यूक्लियोसोमचे मोलिक्यूल एकमेकांवरती पुन्हा कॉइल्ड होतात, and they are forming a structure that is known as the solenoid, which is looked like coiled telephone wire. So here the chromatin is packed to form a solenoid structure of 30 nanometer in diameter, or we can call it as a 300 angstrom. So you can see here in this diagram the solenoid model. Here the each structure is known as the nucleosome. हा एक न्यूक्लियोसोम आहे, हा दुसरा न्यूक्लियोसोम आहे. असे अनेक न्यूक्लियोसोम बघा तुम्हाला इथं कॉइल्ड बघायला मिळतील. 6 न्यूक्लियोसोमचं एक स्ट्रक्चर, पुन्हा दुसऱ्या 6 न्यूक्लियोसोमचं एक स्ट्रक्चर, पुन्हा 6 न्यूक्लियोसोमचं तिसरं स्ट्रक्चर. असे अनेक न्यूक्लियोसोम एकमेकांमध्ये कॉइल्ड झाल्यानंतर जे एक स्ट्रक्चर तयार होतं, ज्याची साईज इथे दिलेली आहे बघा 30 नॅनोमीटर, अँड दॅट स्ट्रक्चर इज नोन ॲज दी solenoid model. You can see here in this diagram The nucleosomes are getting coiled with each other. That structure you have to remember. Means firstly the DNA is forming nucleosome like structure, and then the number of nucleosomes are getting coiled with each other to form a structure that is known as the solenoid, like this. Okay, and next here you can see further supercoiling tends to form a looped structure called as a chromatin fiber, which further coils and condenses at metaphase stage to form chromosome. म्हणजे पुन्हा सोलेनाइड फायबर्सचं काय होतं, सुपर कॉइलिंग होतं, आणि आफ्टर दॅट सुपर कॉइलिंग अगेन अ लूप्ड स्ट्रक्चर इज फॉर्मड दॅट इज नोन एज द क्रोमॅटिन फायबर, अँड further these chromatin fibers are again get coiled to form a very condensed structure at the metaphase stage, and that structure is known as the chromosome. Okay, and this packaging of chromatin at higher levels need additional set of proteins which are also called as a non-histone chromosomal proteins, that is NHC. That point you have to remember. म्हणजे बघा पुन्हा काय होतं, सोलेनाइड फायबरचं पुन्हा कॉइलिंग होतं, क्रोमॅटिन फायबर तयार होतं, क्रोमॅटिन फायबरचं पुन्हा सुपर कॉइलिंग होतं आणि एक कंडेन्स्ड स्टेज तयार होते, त्यालाच आपण क्रोमोझोम म्हणलेलं आहे. यू कॅन सी हिअर इन दिस डायग्राम. तर हा न्यूक्लियस दाखवलेला आहे, न्यूक्लियसच्या आत सेल आहे, सेलमध्ये न्यूक्लियस आहे, न्यूक्लियस मध्ये हा क्रोमोझोम आहे, आणि ह्या क्रोमोझोम मध्ये जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर हे जे स्ट्रक्चर दिसतंय हे हायली कंडेन्स्ड स्ट्रक्चर आहे, जे क्रोमोझोमच्या स्वरूपामध्ये बघायला मिळतं. त्याचं अजून आपण सिम्प्लिफिकेशन केलं तर हे क्रोमॅटिन फायबरचं स्ट्रक्चर बघायला मिळेल. हे जर स्ट्रक्चर बघितलं तर हे सोलेनाइडचं स्ट्रक्चर आहे, इकडे जर बघितलं तर हे न्यूक्लियोसोमचं स्ट्रक्चर आहे, हे हिस्टोन प्रोटीन्स आहेत, आणि हा तुमचा डीएनए आहे. आपण डीएनए पॅकेजिंगची सुरुवात जी केली होती ती ह्या डीएनए डबल स्टँडर्ड स्ट्रक्चर पासून केली होती. दिस डीएनए इज रॅपिंग अराउंड द हिस्टोन प्रोटीन्स टू फॉर्म द स्ट्रक्चर दॅट इज नोन एज द न्यूक्लियोसोम. म्हणजे फर्स्टली पार्ट काय असणार आहे, डीएनए असणार आहे. डीएनए प्लस हिस्टोन प्रोटीन, देयर इज अ फॉर्मेशन ऑफ न्यूक्लियोसोम. These nucleosomes are again here coiled around each other forming solenoid structure. हे जे स्ट्रक्चर आहे हे स्ट्रक्चर हे सोलेनाइडचं स्ट्रक्चर आहे, and this solenoid structure again gets super coiled to form chromatin structure. These chromatin fibers are again shows coiling and condensed structure, and there is a formation of chromosome structure that we can observe during the cell division at the metaphase stage. या पद्धतीनं हायर ऑर्गॅनिझम किंवा युकॅरियोटिक ऑर्गॅनिझम मध्ये आपल्याला हे जे सुपर कॉइलिंग आहे किंवा आपण काय म्हणू शकतो त्याला की डीएनए पॅकेजिंग जे आहे ते तयार झालेलं बघायला मिळतं. ओके, वी हॅव टू सी द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट हिअर, द डीएनए पॅकेजिंग इन युकॅरियोट्स इन ए चार्ट फॉर्म. बघा इथं डीएनए जो आहे तो 2 नॅनोमीटर डायमीटरचा आहे. दिस डीएनए इज हिअर फॉर्मिंग अ न्यूक्लियोसोम स्ट्रक्चर विच इज शोइंग 10 नॅनोमीटर डायमीटर ऍट इंटरफेस स्टेज. म्हणजे सेल डिव्हिजनच्या वेळेला आपण इंटरफेस स्टेज बघितलेली होती. सेल डिव्हिजनची मायटोटिक फेज असेल किंवा मियोटिक फेज असेल, त्याच्या अगोदरची स्टेज म्हणजे इंटरफेज आहे. इंटरफेज स्टेजला आपल्याला न्यूक्लियोसोम बघायला मिळू शकतात न्यूक्लियस मध्ये. अँड नेक्स्ट स्ट्रक्चर हिअर विच इज फॉर्मड दॅट इज नोन एज दी सोलेनाइड फायबर विच इज शोइंग 30 नॅनोमीटर डायमीटर ऍट इंटरफेस स्टेज. ही स्ट्रक्चर पण इंटरफेज मध्ये आहे, हे स्ट्रक्चर पण इंटरफेज मध्ये आहे. Next we can observe chromatin fiber which is having diameter 200 nanometer at prophase stage. Prophase stage मध्ये आपण बघा डायग्राम बघितलेली होती, त्याच्यामध्ये हे प्रोफेज मध्ये या पद्धतीनं आपण सेल काढतो आणि न्यूक्लियस असतो, आणि न्यूक्लियस मध्ये तुम्हाला असे हे क्रोमॅटिन फायबर पसरलेले बघायला मिळतात. ही म्हणजे प्रोफेज स्टेज आहे. ओके, अँड नेक्स्ट स्टेज दॅट इज क्रोमॅटिन 700 नॅनोमीटर डायमीटर ऍट मेटाफेज स्टेज. मेटाफेज स्टेजला इक्वेटोर वरती क्रोमोझोम येतात. हा सेल आहे समजा, हे इक्वेटोरियल प्लेन आहे, तर आपण डायग्राम काढलेली होती, तर सेंट्रोमियर असतो आणि इकडे त्याचे क्रोमॅटिड्स असतात, इकडे क्रोमॅटिड्स असतात, बरोबर. तर हे क्रोमॅटिड स्ट्रक्चर जे आहे ते या मेटाफेज स्टेजला आपल्याला तयार झालेले बघायला मिळेल. आणि फायनल स्टेज जी आहे क्रोमोझोम, ज्याची साईज जर आपण बघितली तर ती आपल्याला 1400 नॅनोमीटर डायमीटर एवढी आपल्याला इथं सांगता येईल. ऍक्च्युअल क्रोमोझोमचं स्ट्रक्चर हा सेंट्रोमियर आहे, हा एक क्रोमॅटिड आणि हा एक क्रोमॅटिड, हे क्रोमोझोमचे स्ट्रक्चर. या पद्धतीने डीएनएचं पॅकेजिंग, ऍक्च्युअली डीएनएची साईज जर आपण बघितली तर ती 2.2 मीटर लांबीची आहे, आणि तो डीएनए कसा शॉर्ट होत जातो, कंडेन्स्ड होत जातो, त्याच्यामध्ये कॉइलिंग सुपर कॉइलिंग होतं, आणि डीएनएच कन्व्हर्जन नंतर क्रोमोझोम मध्ये झालेलं आपल्याला बघायला मिळतं. त्यामुळे फर्स्ट स्टेज जी आहे ती डीएनए आहे. It is converted into nucleosome-like structure. Then it is converted into solenoid fiber-like structure. Then it is converted into chromatin fiber-like structure. It is again converted into chromatid-like structure, and finally it is getting converted into chromosome structure. या पद्धतीने आपल्याला हे डीएनए पॅकेजिंग यूकॅरियोटिक सेल मध्ये बघायला मिळेल. Let us see another diagrammatic view here. DNA packaging in eukaryotes. You can see here the short region of DNA double helix. First stage आपण आता बघितली DNA double helix. 2 नॅनोमीटर त्याचा साईज आहे. नेक्स्ट न्यूक्लियोसोम फॉर्मेशन होतं, and these nucleosome are getting arranged the structure forming that is beads on string to form chromatin. You can see here it is size 10 to 11 nanometer. Afterwards, all these nucleosomes are again get supercoiled with each other, and they are forming 30 nanometer chromatin fiber packed nucleosome like structure showing diameter 30 nanometer. And again these chromatin fibers are here showing supercoiling, and you can observe this coiled structure of this chromatin fiber showing diameter 300 nanometer. And you can observe the condensed section or the condensed region of the chromosome showing 700 nanometer diameter, and finally it is getting showing the entire mitotic chromosome. You can see here this is the centromere region, and these are the chromatids showing 1.400 nanometer. So in this way, in higher organisms we can observe the DNA packaging. It is very complicated process as compared with the DNA packaging in the prokaryotes. In prokaryotes, very simply the DNA packaging we can observe. Okay, so I hope you understand both these concepts, that is DNA packaging in prokaryotes and DNA packaging in eukaryotes. Okay, now the next point related to this DNA or related to this chromatin, that point we have to see here. Heterochromatin and euchromatin. In the chromosome, we can observe these regions, heterochromatin and euchromatin. The heterochromatin region in eukaryotic cells during interphase and early prophase, some segments of chromosome remain in a condensed state, and this condensed state region is called as a heterochromatin. So when we observe the eukaryotic cell during cell division, the interphase stage and prophase stage, the chromosome is showing some regions of the chromosome are showing condensed state, and that condensed regions are called as a heterochromatin. The heterochromatin term was proposed by Hitz, and these regions are localized near the centromere and telomere. So in the chromosome, the structures are present near the centromere and telomeres, and these regions are genetically mostly inactive because the DNA in this region is very less, and therefore genetically these regions are mostly inactive. Let us see here in the diagram. And when we stain the chromosome, at that time the heterochromatin region is showing strong staining and they are appearing dark. So you can see here in the diagram, this is the structure of chromosome, and in this structure of chromosome, the darkly stained part, you can observe here, this is darkly stained, this is darkly stained. These regions are known as the telomeres at the end, and the region present near the centromere, you can observe all these parts are nothing but the heterochromatin region. As just we have seen here, these regions are localized near the centromere and telomere. So centromere जवळचा पार्ट म्हणजे हा येईल, आणि हेटेरोक्रोमॅटिन रिजनचा हा म्हणजे टेलोमियर म्हणलेला आहे. एंड ऑफ द क्रोमोझोम, इकडे पण एंड ऑफ द क्रोमोझोम आहे. दिस रिजन इज नोन एज द heterochromatin region. Okay, and next part here, euchromatin. In euchromatin region, these are the regions in the chromosome which are non-condensed state, जे फार कंडेन्सेशन त्याच्यामध्ये झालेलं असत नाही. That regions are known as a euchromatin, and these euchromatin regions are staining light. ज्यावेळेला आपण त्याला स्टेन करू त्यावेळेला लाईट स्टेनिंग त्याच्यामध्ये झालेलं असतं. And these euchromatin are genetically very much active and fast replicating. So these regions are very important regions of the chromosome because genetically these regions are very active and they are fast replicating. The characteristics which are formed from the chromosome So here this region, euchromatin region, is responsible for the formation of those particular characteristics. Okay, so here you can observe the non-condensed region or light stained region. So this region particularly, this region, you can observe above region, these two regions particularly, these regions are known as the euchromatin regions, which are light in staining, and they are less condensed regions, and they are mostly genetically active regions. But the difference between these two, heterochromatin and euchromatin, you have to remember, because in examination the region which is very much active, it is known as, असा प्रश्न विचारला जाऊ शकतो. तर heterochromatin is genetically less active and it is staining darkly, while euchromatin is genetically mostly active and it is staining lightly. This difference you have to remember. Okay, so up to this point the DNA packaging in prokaryote and eukaryotic we have completed. Now here again the difference between heterochromatin and euchromatin we have seen. We have to see here, you can see these are the darkly stained regions at the telomere region. You can see here, this is the darkly stained region, this is the darkly stained region, and these are the darkly stained region which are known as the heterochromatin, darkly stained regions. Okay, and the remaining faintly stained regions are known as the light regions, or these are called as the euchromatin. The photograph under the electron microscope like this, the second diagram मध्ये तुम्ही बघू शकताय की हे आपण डायग्रामॅटिक रिप्रेझेंटेशन इथं ब्ल्यू कलरच्या डायग्राम मध्ये दाखवलेलं आहे, पण ऍक्च्युअली इलेक्ट्रॉन मायक्रोस्कोप खाली कसं दिसतं त्याचा जो फोटोग्राफ आहे तो आपल्याला या पद्धतीने इथं दाखवता येतो. ओके, so with this point the DNA packaging in prokaryotic and eukaryotic we have completed. Now to understand again these structures or the packaging of DNA, we have to see here some videos. So I am showing here one video, so let us see here.
The length of a DNA or nucleic acid double helix in a typical mammalian cell is about 2.2 meters.
इथे तुम्ही बघू शकताय हा युकॅरियोटिक सेल आहे. युकॅरियोटिक सेल मधला हा न्यूक्लियस आहे. न्यूक्लियसच्या आतमध्ये डीएनए असणार आहे. ओके,
This length is obtained by multiplying the total number of base pairs present in the DNA double helix with the distance between two consecutive base pairs. Now, the total number of base pairs present in a DNA double helix in a typical mammalian cell is 6.6 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 9, and the distance between two consecutive base pairs is 0.34 nanometers, or 0.34 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 9 meters. By multiplying these two factors, we get the length of the DNA double helix as 2.2 meter.
इथे तुम्ही बघू शकताय की लेंथ ऑफ डीएनए डबल हेलिक्स कसं काढलेलं आहे. टोटल नंबर ऑफ बेस पेअर्स किती आहेत and it is multiplied with the distance between two consecutive base pairs. टोटल नंबर ऑफ बेस पेअर्स जर कॅल्क्युलेट केले डीएनए डबल हेलिक्स मॉडेल मध्ये तर 6.6 into 10 raised to 9 बेस पेअर्स एवढे टोटल नंबर ऑफ बेस पेअर्स आहेत. आणि दोन बेस पेअर्स मधला जो सिक्वेन्स आहे, म्हणजे बघा हा एक आहे हा एक आहे, किंवा ह्या दोन मधला जो डिस्टन्स आहे तो किती आहे 0.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 मीटर. ह्या दोन्हींचं मल्टिप्लिकेशन केल्यानंतर 2.2 मीटर एवढा आपल्याला लेंथ ऑफ डीएनए डबल हेलिक्स सांगता येईल. ओके,
Have you wondered how such a long polymer is packaged within a typical nucleus with a dimension of about 10 raised to the power minus 6 meters? To understand this, let us learn about the packaging of a DNA double helix, which is different for both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. In prokaryotes such as E. coli, the nucleus is not very well defined. However, the negatively charged DNA is not scattered throughout the cell, but is arranged in large loops, is held together by a few positively
इथं प्रोकॅरियोटिक सेल मध्ये कसं डीएनए पॅकेजिंग होतं ते दाखवलेलं आहे बघा. हा हे मध्ये जे दाखवलेले आहेत ते प्रोटीन्स आहेत आणि हा जो दिसतोय लूप्ड डीएनए दिसतोय. डीएनए वरती निगेटिव्ह चार्ज असतो, प्रोटीन वरती पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज असतो आणि त्यामुळे त्यांचं बॉन्डिंग होतं आणि या पद्धतीनं डीएनएचं लूप्ड स्ट्रक्चर आपल्याला प्रोकॅरियोटिक सेल मध्ये बघायला मिळतं, ज्याला आपण न्यूक्लियॉइड म्हणतो. इट इज नॉट बाउंडेड बाय एनी न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन. ओके,
charged proteins in a region known as the nucleoid. On the other hand, in eukaryotes, the manner in which a DNA double helix is packaged within the cell is more complex. Eukaryotes contain a single molecule of negatively charged DNA packaged around a spool of positively charged basic proteins known as histones. The charge in a protein is decided by the abundance of amino acid residues with charged side chains. Now, in this case, the proteins are positively charged as the histones are rich in basic amino acid residues like lysines and arginines, which carry positive charges in their side chains. Furthermore, the histones are arranged to form a unit of 8 molecules known as the histone octamer. Now, around the positively charged octamer, a negatively charged DNA molecule
इथं 8 हिस्टोन प्रोटीनचं ऑक्टॅमर कसं तयार होतं, त्याच्यावरती डीएनएचं रॅपिंग कसं होतं ते आपल्याला इथे बघायला मिळेल आणि त्याला जोडण्यासाठी H1 प्रोटीन कसं येतं.
is wrapped to form a structure known as the nucleosome, which is held in place by the H1 histone. A typical nucleosome has around 200 base pairs of DNA helix, and the nucleosomes present in chromatin can be seen as a beads-on-string structure when observed under an electron microscope. It is the nucleosomes that make up the repeating unit in chromatin, the thread-like bodies present in nucleus. Now, the chromatin
हे इथं तुम्ही बघू शकता, आपण मगाशी बघितलं तसं हा क्रोमोझोम आहे. हे क्रोमॅटिन फायबर्स, हे सोलेनॉइड स्ट्रक्चर आहे, हे न्यूक्लियोसोम स्ट्रक्चर आहे आणि हा लॉंग डीएनए आहे. या पद्धतीने पॅकेजिंग झालेलं बघायला मिळतं. आता हेटेरोक्रोमॅटिन आणि यूक्रोमॅटिन रिजनचा डिफरन्स सुद्धा आपल्याला या व्हिडिओमध्ये बघायला मिळेल.
Fibers are of 2 types, euchromatin and heterochromatin. In a typical nucleus, euchromatin fibers of 30 to 80 nanometers in diameter are loosely packed and stain light. On the other hand, heterochromatin fibers of about 300 nanometers in diameter are more densely packed and stain dark. Moreover, of the 2 types of chromatin fibers, euchromatin is transcriptionally active, while heterochromatin is inactive.
इथं बघू शकता तुम्ही, हा यूक्रोमॅटिन बघा लूजली पॅक्ड आहे, त्यामुळे याचं स्टेनिंग लाईट होतं आणि हेटेरोक्रोमॅटिन जो आहे तो डार्कली कंडेन्स्ड आहे, त्यामुळे याचं स्टेनिंग डार्क होतं. पण ऍक्टिव्ह कोण आहे जेनेटिकली आणि ट्रान्सक्रिप्शनली, हा ऍक्टिव्ह असतो. हा हेटेरोक्रोमॅटिन रिजन आहे तो इनऍक्टिव्ह असतो. असं स्ट्रक्चर इथं सुद्धा तुम्ही बघू शकताय. हा जे कॉइल्ड जे स्ट्रक्चर दिसतंय एकदम, ते हे स्ट्रक्चर आहे आणि मध्ये न्यूक्लियोसोम स्ट्रक्चर. या पद्धतीने क्रोमोझोम मध्ये याची अरेंजमेंट झालेली असते. यूक्रोमॅटिन आणि हेटेरोक्रोमॅटिन रिजन या पद्धतीने आपल्याला मायक्रोस्कोप मध्ये बघता येऊ शकतं. फक्त हे अंडर इलेक्ट्रॉन मायक्रोस्कोपच आपण बघू शकतो.
These chromatin fibers coil further and condense to form short and thick bodies called.
इथं बघू शकता हे डीएनए स्ट्रँड आहे, तर क्रोमॅटिन स्ट्रँड. इंटरफेजच्या वेळेला आपल्याला क्रोमॅटिन बघायला मिळतं. प्रोफेज मध्ये या पद्धतीनं क्रोमॅटिनचं स्ट्रक्चर असतं आणि मेटाफेज स्टेजला आपल्याला क्रोमोझोम ऍज अ होल स्ट्रक्चर हे आपल्याला बघायला मिळतं.
Chromosomes during the metaphase stage of cell division. In this way, a DNA double helix is packaged into a chromosome, which is further packaged within the nucleus.
So in this way, the structure we can observe, that is heterochromatin and euchromatin. So with this video, you can very well understand how the DNA packaging is taking place in the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, as well as the structure of the heterochromatin and euchromatin, which we can observe in the chromosome particularly. Okay, so on these points, some MCQs are there that we have to discuss here. So you can read the question and give the answer in the chat box. The first question here, the association of histone H1 with a nucleosome indicates. 4 options are here. Transcription is occurring, DNA replication is occurring, the DNA is condensed into a chromatin fiber, and the DNA double helix is exposed. So what will be the answer here? You can tell me in the chat box. H1 histone च association nucleosome मध्ये काय दाखवतो? What it indicates? Transcription is occurring, DNA replication is occurring, the DNA is condensed into a chromatin fiber, and the DNA double helix is exposed. Yes, correct time. So these 2 points we have to see in the next lectures. So these are not answers of these questions. And the DNA double helix is exposed. Exposed होत नाही. Actually DNA चं coiling आपल्याला झालेलं बघायला मिळतं. त्यामुळे third option जो आहे, the DNA condensed into a chromatin fiber. This is the correct answer. Okay. So here you can see the explanation of this question. The association of H1 protein indicates the complete formation of a nucleosome. Therefore, DNA is in the condensed form. So the third option will be the correct answer. Okay. Now next question here. DNA fragments are positively charged, negatively charged, neutral, and either positively or negatively charged depending on the sites, on their sites. So what will be the answer here? Yes, as just we have seen, the histone proteins are having positive charge, and on the histone protein, the negatively charged DNA molecules are wrapped. So second option here, negatively charged DNA is the correct answer. So here the explanation for this question is the DNA fragments are negatively charged because of phosphate group. Phosphate group is present in the DNA, and due to this phosphate group, the DNA fragments are showing negative charge. So you have to remember also this explanation. The DNA fragments are negatively charged due to presence of the 4 options are there. Out of that phosphate group you have to choose. Okay. Next question here. What are the structures called that give an appearance as beads on string in the chromosomes when viewed under electron microscope? Genes, nucleotides, nucleosomes, base pairs. So what will be the correct answer here? When under electron microscope we can see the structure of chromosome, the structure which gives beads on string appearance. That structure is known as here. Yes, correct time. Nucleosomes. The nucleosomes are arranged in a way that it looks like beads on string. So third option will be the correct answer. Okay. Next here, next question. The length of DNA molecule greatly exceeds the dimension of the nucleus in the eukaryotic cell. How is the DNA accommodated? Deletion of non-essential genes, supercoiling in nucleosomes, DNA's digestion, and through elimination of repetitive DNA. जे युकॅरियोटिक न्यूक्लियस मध्ये त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त डायमेन्शन असणारा जो डीएनए आहे तो कसा अकोमोडेट झालेला असतो, तो कसाच आतमध्ये न्यूक्लियस मध्ये बसवलेला असतो, असा प्रश्न विचारलेला आहे. त्यासाठी काय केलं जातं? डिलिशन ऑफ नॉन इसेन्शियल जीन्स होतं, सुपर कॉइलिंग इन न्यूक्लियोसोम होतं, डीएनए डायजेशन होतं का थ्रू एलिमिनेशन ऑफ रिपीटेटिव डीएनए होतं. So just we have seen the supercoiling in the nucleosome, that structure is present and therefore the DNA is accommodated in the particular eukaryotic nucleus. So B option here will be the correct answer. Okay. Next question here. Nucleosome core is made up of H1, H2A, H2B, H3, H1, H2A, H2B, H4, H1, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. Very simple question is there. H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. These are the four types of octamers, four types of histone proteins which are joined together to form a nucleosome core. So D option here will be the correct answer. Okay. So in this way, the DNA packaging we have completed. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the chat box. समजलंय का पॉइंट बघा? काय अडचण आहे का त्याच्यामध्ये डीएनए पॅकेजिंग मध्ये? असेल तर मला चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये विचारा. पॉइंट समजलाय का? काय राहिले गुणाची अडचण? येस, प्लीज गिव्ह रिप्लाय. जे आपल्याला पुढचा पॉइंट घेता येईल. अजून 5 मिनिटं आहेत मीटिंगला. नो डाऊट. ओके, ठीक आहे. चला नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आपण स्टार्ट करूया मग. So here the next point we have to see, that is a DNA replication in eukaryotes. In previous 2 or 3 lectures we have seen the structure of DNA, and afterwards we have seen how this DNA is packaged into the nucleus. Now the next point we have to see here, how the DNA replication is taking place. What is meant by DNA replication? That DNA itself produces its copy. The process by which DNA produces its exact copy, that process here known as the DNA replication. So here first we have to see the definition. So here the DNA molecule is regulating and controlling all the activities which are taking place in the cell, and here the DNA has a unique structure, and therefore it is able to control the synthesis of other molecules of the cell, and also it should duplicate itself to distribute equally to the daughter cells during cell division. Means the DNA is showing 2 functions particularly. That first function is it is responsible to produce other molecules, and another function it itself produces its copy during the cell division. These 2 types of functions we can observe in the DNA molecule, and therefore here as the carrier of genetic information, DNA has to perform 2 important functions. First is known as the heterocatalytic function, and second is known as the autocatalytic function. So firstly we have to see here heterocatalytic function. Here when DNA is directing the synthesis of chemical molecules other than itself, means DNA is responsible for formation of other molecules than DNA, then such functions of DNA are called as a heterocatalytic function. म्हणजे जर DNA स्वतःची कॉपी सोडून अदर कुठले मोलिक्युल्स तयार करत असेल तर त्याला आपण हेटेरोकॅटॅलिटिक फंक्शन म्हणणार आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल सिंथेसिस ऑफ RNA with the help of transcription process and synthesis of protein with the help of translation process. म्हणजे DNA पासून RNA तयार होतं किंवा प्रोटीन तयार होतं. या फंक्शन मध्ये DNA पासून DNA तयार न होता RNA आणि प्रोटीन हे अदर मोलिक्युल्स तयार होतात. त्यावेळेला या फंक्शनला काय म्हटलं जातं? हेटेरोकॅटॅलिटिक फंक्शन म्हणलेलं आहे. बिकॉज DNA is directing the synthesis of chemical molecules other than itself. And second function here, that is autocatalytic function, means when DNA is directing the synthesis of DNA itself, स्वतःची exact copy तो तयार करतो. Then such functions of DNA are known as here autocatalytic function. For example here replication, that is a DNA replication. So here first of all we have to see the difference between these 2 functions, heterocatalytic function and autocatalytic function. In heterocatalytic, DNA is responsible for formation of RNA and protein, and therefore it is known as a heterocatalytic function. And in autocatalytic function, DNA is responsible for formation of its exact copy, and therefore it is known as a autocatalytic. Auto means self. स्वतःची एक्झॅक्ट कॉपी तो तयार करतो, म्हणून त्याला आपण ऑटोकॅटॅलिटिक फंक्शन म्हणलेलं आहे. एक्झाम्पल इथं DNA रेप्लिकेशन. तर कसं होते ते आपण नेक्स्ट लेक्चर मध्ये बघणार आहे. बिकॉज ओनली 1 मिनिट इज रिमेनिंग. आणि हेटेरोकॅटॅलिटिक का म्हणलेलं आहे त्या फंक्शनला? तर अदर दॅन DNA RNA अँड प्रोटीन्स आर फॉर्म, म्हणजे अदर दॅन ते इथं तयार होतं म्हणून त्याला हेटेरोकॅटॅलिटिक फंक्शन म्हणलेलं आहे. ओके, सो दीज बोथ फंक्शन्स आर कॅरीड विथ द हेल्प ऑफ DNA मोलिक्युल. ओके, नाउ हाऊ दी DNA replication is taking place, that process we have to discuss in the tomorrow's lecture. Okay, so we'll stop here. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the chat box.